what? Alrighty. Let's see. Oh, I'm still recording.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's up, DoorDashers? If you're new here, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button so you can stay maximizing your earnings on the DoorDash app. And also, look, don't forget to hit that notification bell too so you won't miss out on anything gig economy lifestyle related. But look, today we got something exciting for you to talk about. We're going to be taking a deep dive into the earnings that I had last week on DoorDash, Walmart Spark, and Uber Eats. And guess what? I got some tips for you to make the most of the slow times, even when the orders don't seem like they out there. I got you. First, let's dive into my numbers from this past week. I know you love these real world breakdowns. Your boy got you. We finna dive into the DoorDash earnings, the Uber Eats earnings, and the Spark earnings. And we're gonna see where we landed at for the week. I ended up dashing for about 5 hours on Friday and earned quite a decent amount of money. Not nothing crazy, but you gotta remember it is Friday night. And with the weather, it's been a bit iffy. You know, we coming out off of the January slowdown, so not many people out here ordering. But even with the slow start, I was able to time things just right and come out with this amount of earnings. Now, Saturday, things took a turn. The shift was a little bit longer, and I ended up making a little bit more on Saturday, but that's because I put in more hours, but the customers were also tipping more on Saturday. So I definitely focused on the hot spots around lunchtime and dinner time, but I also was catching some stray orders that weren't necessarily directly in the hot spot. And on Sunday, well, look, Sunday was one of those days where you question life. You like, why is it worth being out here? Is it worth doing this? But again, I stuck with it and I hit my goal. We ended up doing better on Sunday than we did all the other days. Not terrible. I'm gonna throw my totals up right here on the screen so you can see it. This is my total for Uber Eats. This is my total for DoorDash. And this is my total for Spark. And I know what your next question is gonna be. Well, hey trader, how long did it take you to make that $1,061? Well, don't you worry, because I'm gonna give you the answer right now. So my total dash time is 32 hours and 10 minutes. And then on Uber, my total online time is 44 hours. And then on Spark, we don't have a breakdown of the time. But based on my Uber Eats, which is my highest time, 44 hours, you can basically assume that 44 hours is the total time I had all the apps on. Now, I had Uber on the most probably because I made the most money with them. But normally when I'm working Uber, I'm working DoorDash in conjunction and Walmart Spark in conjunction. Typically, Spark is really the only one I work by itself. And that's really only when it's really, really good and I'm making over $1,000 with Spark alone. So with that being the case, you know, you can see I made a little bit of money with this app, a little bit of money with that app, and most of my money with Uber Eats. So based off my Uber Eats online time, you can use that as a calculation for all the time I had all the apps on. So we take that 44 hours and we take the amount we made and we divide it by how many hours we worked. So $1,061 divided by 44 hours. We made an average of $24.11 per hour, which is great for a 40-hour work week, a 44-hour work week. But actually, I kind of really did better than that because during my downtime, I do things like edit videos, make shorts for the channel, do other projects that I'm working on. So even in my downtime, I'm earning money. That's kind of the benefit of working out in the gig economy. You're able to do things and tackle other errands and responsibilities in the midst of you making your money. So next, let's talk about a few tips you can use to maximize during the slow weeks, because I would consider this a slow week. $1,000 is on the lower side of my earnings throughout the whole year. I typically like to make anywhere between $1,200 to $1,700 or as much as I can. So $1,000 is a low week for me, which is okay. With it being January, hey, well, it's February now, but with it we coming off of the January slowdown, that's to be expected. Now, tip one is going to be make sure you out there working during the peak hours. I know this can be repetitive. We say this over and over, but you really got to make sure you're doing that. And it's really crucial during those times where it's slower out there. Morning commutes, lunch rushes, evening rushes. These are the best time to get those consistent high demand orders. Okay, know when your peak times are in your market because it may differ from market to market. Work these hours and get the most opportunity for surge in prices and good tipping customers. Tip number two, push through the slow times if it makes sense for you. If it doesn't make sense, just go ahead and go home and save your energy for another dash. But if it's worth it, and there's other opportunities out there, like maybe it's shopping orders during the slow time, or maybe it's curbside pickups during the slow times that you normally don't do, but during the slow time, hey, maybe you pick up 1 or 2 of those. Make sure we're taking advantage of all the opportunities available to us, especially during the slow times. And when it's not slow, maximize them hotspots. This is tip number 3. Maximize them hotspots and them zones, and don't be afraid to try out a new area. Because a lot of times if you try out a new area, you may find you a new spot that you can pick up orders from and make some money and maximize. You might have to wait a little longer when it comes to, you know, your catering orders or your big high dollar restaurants, but it may be worth it if you end up getting a good tipping customer on the other end of that order. Try some shopping centers, some airports, some downtown locations. Figure out where them hotspots is at. Woo! I had to yawn. Okay, this one is a big one right here. Tip number 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Tip number 4. Make sure you're taking advantage of bonuses, promotions, incentives, peak pays, whatever they got going on. Take advantage of that, because I'm gonna tell you right now, during the slow times, you need that extra pay more than ever. So you better be keeping an eye on your peak pay, your incentive pay. Walmart just came out with a new multi-trip incentive that you now see on the front of every offer, not every offer, but the offers they have it. You see it. It's highlighted in a little green banner. It looked quite crazy. Matter of fact, I think I even got a screenshot of one. Let me show you. So, because you got to be making sure that you maximize it. Let me see if I got one. I don't know if I did. Let me see. Yes, I got one. Look at this right here. That order got like a little green banner on it, and it's a multi-trip incentive. Make sure you're taking advantage of all the incentives out there, especially during the slow times, and make your money. And look, tip number 5, this is going to be the last one. Make sure you optimizing your miles to money ratio and optimize your route. Efficiency is key when you're trying to make the most out of your time on the road. So use your best navigation app. I'm not going to tell you to use Apple Maps or Google Maps or whatever. Use whatever one work best for you and give you the less problems. But the least amount of miles, the path of least resistance, that's the way you want to go when you want to do these orders. So if you know it's going to be traffic down that main road around them time the school buses let out, maybe you take the back street that normally wouldn't get you there faster, but in this situation it will get you there faster. Maybe if you see them police lights down the road and you say they got the road blocked off, maybe you take a little detour and save yourself 5 or 10 minutes of being stuck in bumper to bumper traffic. These are the things that can make or break your shift and make you from going and having a frustrating shift and not making no money, or turning a upside down day into a good day. So, I really hope some of these tips help you guys out there. Hopefully me showing you my earnings motivated you to get out there and make that money. And look, while you driving, make sure that no matter what, on them slow days, you stay motivated, you stay focused, and there's always an opportunity out there. It might just be right around the corner. Keep your head up and keep earning. You got this. And look, feel free to leave a comment below on how much you made for the week. Let me know what you do during the slow times. Let me know how you stay motivated and activated to get out there and get that money. That's all I got for you. You better hit that like and a subscribe button, because I'm making this video while I'm sitting here waiting on the order. So I'm making money while I'm making money. And let me know how you doing that. I'll see you in the next video.